Testing.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello? I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. All right, cool. All right, sounds like we're good to go then. Yes,
Okay.
This is game one of the small games tournament between oshiimine and speedyjohn. First one are 2.5 wins. Now, you were saying a second ago, I think they opened Throne Room, which... Uh-oh. Wait, Steph still can't hear me?
No. Yeah, they did. I guess it was Asinine that opened Throne Room, which I think is probably fine with Way of the Sheep. I think I would have preferred Jack, but maybe it's okay.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense if you're just going to use it as a terminal silver anyway. But Jack of all trades seems stronger. I'd rather open with an action card that I could conceivably want to use in my first shuffle. But it's better than silver.
Yes. I mean, there are definitely situations where I would want to play the Jack of all trades as a Jack of all trades, so I think I would rather do that.
Now, where is this going long term? We got Mastermind, we got Artificer. I feel like you could do something with that. Although the draw is pretty weak. The only way to draw is like Jack of all trades, draw to 5.
Yeah, I mean, like Masterminding and Artificer is draw.
Yeah, so
I do think I want to be building pretty big here, though the draw is pretty awkward.
Yeah, it's going to be an awkward kingdom, but I mean, like, Tower rewards you for building a big deck with a ton of action cards in it.
Yes.
Mastermind, Artificer, discard 5 to get Artificer, then draw back up with Jack could be a thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Kiln.
Upgrade could also... Yeah, Kiln does look nice here. Distant Lands is also good if your opponent's just rushing provinces.
Yeah, that's true. Distant Lands is not hard to get here, I think, because you could, Kiln like a Throne Room or an Ironworks, and then upgrade it, or just Kiln Distant Lands directly even could potentially work.
Yeah. So Steph still can't hear us?
Huh. Yeah, I'm able to hear you, and it sounds like you can hear me fine.
Yeah. Maybe there's something going on. Maybe Steph's having some problems.
I think the early Treasurer seems fine, but I'm not sure I want 2 of them. I feel like Upgrade, Mastermind, Artificer, all cards I want more of after the first Treasurer.
Yeah, I think I agree with Treasurer as the first 5, but then I think my next 5 is probably going to be like Mastermind or Upgrade or something.
Yeah.
So it looks like Asinine or Oshiimine. Is that how they?
I believe it's oshiimine. It's a portmanteau of the Pokemon Oshawott and the game Minecraft.
Oh, okay. It looks like Oshiimine already took a province, so I don't think he's building as big as maybe we're advocating for.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the province, but like Horde Treasurer is a decent big money deck, and I'll probably do fine here.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty fast, though. The fact that, with Tower and Distant Lands, you can get 0 provinces and win the game, so...
Yeah, like with Ideal Play, I definitely expect the engine to win. This is, of course, this is the small games tournament, which, if anyone's unfamiliar, means that everyone here is below a certain maximum elo cap. So you're not necessarily expecting them to play, like, perfect engine decks here. I think...
Sure.
Horde Treasurer is probably a pretty good strategy, for this level of play that we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't think beating the Horde Treasurer money deck is like particularly easy. I mean, I think you could definitely beat it with good play or with like really good play, but I mean, it's definitely solid.
And the one thing I would say is if you're playing Horde Treasurer money, I'm not sure the Throne Rooms are going to have a whole lot of value for you. Because pretty soon you're not going to have a whole lot of actions to throne. I mean, I guess I can still be Way of the Sheep, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't know, what's speedyjohn doing? I think speedyjohn is probably building a bit more. He does have the Mastermind.
I'm a little confused about why they want more silvers. If I'm building an engine, I don't think I want to add a bunch of silvers to my deck like speedyjohn's doing there.
Yeah. I feel like they've also taken like a ton of ironworks. I don't think I would want nearly this many.
Yeah, like you could eventually end up getting a ton of ironworks. If you have a bunch of upgrades, you can upgrade them into 5 costs. But this many ironworks before you've got the rest of the stuff in your deck confuses me. Also with the Horde around, because Horde signifies money.
Yes. Speedy John also got a Horde.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I guess, yeah, maybe Speedy John's going for like more of a hybrid deck.
Yeah, I think I like Oshiimine's deck better. I think the hybrid strategy seems a bit worse to me.
I agree.
Treasures here.
Yeah, I think if you're going to play the engine, I think you have to like commit to it all the way.
Yeah, because lowering provinces a little bit as Speedy John is just going to help Oshimine in the game faster. And we saw Speedy John's already bought province.
For sure. I mean, yeah, I think here you either want to just rush provinces like Oshimine's doing, or you want to just force your opponent to take 8 provinces.
Yeah.
And go for the alt VP stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now he's getting in this awkward position, having to like gain estates with ironworks to draw. That's... Wait, why did he choose to play the ironworks 3 times in the first place? He had an upgrade, a Thronum, and an Artificer in his hand, which all seem like much better candidates.
It is a bit strange, yeah. And Oshimine, Speedy John only has the 1 Mastermind, so yeah, his deck doesn't seem like it's doing a whole lot.
Yeah, I think he's just caught in an awkward, like, half engine, half money build that's... those 2 things in this deck I don't think play together well at all.
Yes. Yeah, I think this is one of those things where it's like you have like 2 separate strategies and like you can try to try to split the difference, but yeah, it just ends up being worse than committing to either one.
Yeah, like there's some kingdoms, I guess, where the money and engine strategies overlap a lot, and you can kind of decide as you go how much you want to commit to one or the other. This kingdom, I don't think, is one of those, because like you're not looking to get a bunch of treasures and a bunch of plus buy in this engine. So the money deck that adds a bunch of golds and hordes is getting in the way of the engine, and vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there definitely are kingdoms where you want to kind of halfway build, but yeah, I agree that this is not one of them.
Oh, and that was Oshimine winning as player 2, looks like.
Yes.
So they'll get to go first in the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with Steph. Like, theoretically, the best deck there is the engine. Mastermind's good, Upgrade's good. With Ironworks, it's very good. You could do a lot of stuff with the engine.
Yes.
Oh. A kingdom where Herbalist looks important. Oh, no, there's Salvager. I overlooked Salvager. That's...
Yeah. I'm not sure if you need Herbalist or not. So, okay, I mean, you have to play around, like, you have to play some deck that doesn't get completely hosed by the Ghost Ship attack. So you probably need a build with, like, Pools and Seers. Church Potion. Not sure. I mean, I could also see opening T-Mog over Potion, and I could also see opening Fisherman over Church. I'm not really sure.
I think I like Church Potion. Church and Potion seem like they go well together. You can set aside everything except for the 2 coppers and Potion.
I mean, everything would just be 1 card, but yes.
Yeah. So, Oshimine goes for Transmogrify Fisherman. That seems alright. I think I would rather a Salvager than a Transmogrify, honestly. I think it's better dealing with estates, and obviously will eventually be better dealing with coppers if you needed to.
I don't know. I think I prefer the T-Mog over Salvager. I'm a pretty big fan of T-Mog, though, to be fair. Oh, this is cute. Speedy John can actually set aside everything and then like T-Mog into a Fisherman. I don't know if that's actually good, but...
I like setting aside everything more than I like buying anything.
Probably better to just buy the fisherman here, though. Just set aside the estate. Okay.
This lets them hit a much bigger number.
Yeah. Oh, so oshiimine got the ghost ship. Interesting. That does seem pretty important here.
Yeah, it might be time for Speedy John to get one now.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if are they just skipping pool, or I don't know if they're gonna get the potion really late. I would think you.
I don't think I want to skip pool here. Hunting Lodge and Ghost Ship and Seer all kind of drop. They all look more awkward than pool to me.
Yeah, I agree. See if oshiimine gets the potion now. I mean, I feel like it's probably now or never for oshiimine.
So if you're skipping pool, what are you doing? Lots of Seers, Fishermen, and Silvers? Trying to do like a Hunting Lodge Ghost Ship thing? I guess.
Yeah,
Seers.
I mean, I don't know. I think the other deck just seems like the other draw just seems worse than pool.
Yeah.
To me. And yeah, I don't think you can like try to just play some like money thing where you don't really get a lot of draw, because I think then Ghost Ship just completely kills you.
Yeah. Yeah, the money deck has quite a problem with Ghost Ship. Hunting Lodge is a nice kind of partial Ghost Ship counter, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that I want to be playing Hunting Lodge money.
Right. Yeah, that would be very losing.
All right, so you've seen an Herbalist bot. I like that, given that oshiimine doesn't have a salvager. You do want some form of plus buy. It's looking a little awkward in this hand, but you'll need it eventually.
Yeah, I mean, you do need it eventually. It seems a little early to me. Like, I don't know how much. Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, did he buy it for 2? If he bought it for 2, then it is probably just a horse.
Yeah. In this kingdom, Herbalist is just categorically always going to be better than nothing. Because if you don't want it, you can just play it as horse and then send it back. There's no point to pass on a $2 buy here.
Yeah, that is something worth noting with way the horse boards in general. Like, there's really no reason to ever decline taking an action card.
It's like buying a ride.
Yeah, which is pretty decent.
I guess they both have transmogs, right? So if they need plus buy in a pinch, they can always call Transmogrify to pick up like a salvage or an herbalist in the right situation.
Sure. I mean, I don't really feel like these decks are super in need. Like, I don't feel like we have enough money to really make use of the plus buy yet. Wait, why? I would have set aside the herbalist for sure if you're not playing it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they set aside all the coppers. I guess herbalist is more effectively drawn with Seer, and that ended up helping them there.
That's true. Maybe there's an argument for it.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
I feel like they're overvaluing the Fisherman a bit. Fisherman's a fine card, but it doesn't seem like the pile that you need to be spamming here. If I had 9 and 2 buys, I don't think Fisherman would even be on my radar.
A village. Yeah, I like the Hunting Lodge there. I mean, I don't know. I think the Fishermen are decent. They do get drawn with Seer.
Sometimes. If you discarded something. Is there anything to discard? Yeah. Like if you discard a Scrying Pool, for example, then your Seer will stop hitting your Fisherman.
Right, that's true. I almost wonder if there's with as many Fishermen as they have, you might even... Well, yeah, I guess for Speedy John, there might even be an argument to not pitch bad cards just in hopes of drawing your Fisherman with Seer.
So a little misplay that Steph has noted in the chat. Speedy John called a Transmogrify to trash a copper, but you're required to gain something with Transmogrify, and so if you trash the copper, you have to gain either a copper or a curse back. So they haven't actually done anything. They just basically called their Transmogrify back off the mat. Like if you maybe misunderstood how that worked. Oh, maybe they're doing it for the victory points. There's an idea. Yeah.
That's weird. I mean, I don't think it's good with 4 of them left. I feel like if there were an odd number, or I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah. If there were 6 victory points left on the Labyrinth mat, you might want to call it here, because if your opponent takes it and you take it, you win that split 4-2. But with 4 left, even if your opponent takes it next turn, you can just take the Labyrinth points the following turn, and then it's not a big deal.
Yes. Yeah, and in general with those things, like you want to be more aggressive about taking it when, or like for the ones that are once per turn, you want to be more aggressive when it's like an odd number of pairs of them left.
Not to mention, I feel like there was better candidates in their hand for upgrading if they wanted to. Like they could have turned the fisherman into like another hunting lodge or a seer. Those are probably improvements rather than turning copper into copper.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mm.
Or maybe they couldn't have. I'm actually not sure if they had things in the discard at that point. Maybe that wasn't an eligible play.
I think they did have a discard. Not entirely sure, but
so Speedy is the one with the potion. Oshiimine's just skipping it.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, we were definitely both liking the potion, but I don't know, Speedy John's position doesn't look that amazing. I'm not really sure. Yeah, like this turn seems pretty sad.
Yeah.
I guess this is just 2 Herbalists, mostly for horses. Doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see Speedy John's position starting to look better once he gets like more pool. Starts drawing better than oshiimine.
Scrying Pool is also a good counter to Ghost Ship. You just top deck 2 actions, and then you get most of the benefit of the Scrying Pool anyway, minus the ability to like check 1 card in your deck.
Yeah, it definitely can be a bit of a counter. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, looking at this turn as... Wait, oshiimine didn't decline to trash a copper?
I really don't know coppers in this deck.
Copper. Well, I think, yeah. I mean, he did trash a copper with Church at the beginning of the turn. I don't know if that's what Steph's referring to. But...
I mean, you definitely want to get the coppers out of your deck. Copper's a spanner in the works for both the Scrying Pool deck and the Seer deck.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I definitely feel like the pools give you some long-term advantages, but like looking at like Oshiimine's turns versus Speedy John's turns, I've got to imagine Oshiimine's pretty far ahead.
Yeah. So how's that happen? I mean, I don't think Oshiimine's opening was clearly better than Speedy John's. If anything, I marginally prefer the Church.
Oh, I see what. I think it was mostly oshiimine getting the Ghost Ship on turn 3 or 4, and Speedy John didn't. So I think that Ghost Ship attack really set Speedy John back a ways.
Yeah. Although they do get their Ghost Ship turn 5, so they're only like 1 shuffle behind on the Ghost Ship attacks. I guess that was enough for it to snowball.
Yeah, that kind of stuff can snowball pretty hard. I mean, yeah, the Ghost Ship just slows down your shuffles a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, Ghost Ship also makes the Church turn kind of awkward. You play the Ghost Ship before their Church, they're going to have trouble setting aside a whole lot of anything.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, do you top deck the Church, and then maybe that misses a shuffle it otherwise wouldn't have missed. Or, yeah.
I don't understand the gold buy from Oshiimine. I'm not sure what their deck is intending to do here. If they're trying to draw a series, gold is not even really better than silver.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the gold, but I don't think I really hate it either. I mean, yeah, I think Oshiimine's probably just like trying to get to like 16 or so. I don't think I agree with. I think I would have played the Seer first, but okay. Little sad to have to choose between the Ghost Ship attack and the and the Herbalist. But
yeah, that's actually a close choice there. But I think I'm actually not sure if I would play the Ghost Ship.
I probably would have played the one of the Herbalist as a horse, and then played both the Ghost Ship and the other Herbalist.
I like that.
That seems better. Yeah, because like you're losing an Herbalist, but I mean you're getting a gain back, so it at least replaces itself.
Yeah, you're basically going to like turn your Herbalist into something better if you want it to.
Right.
And given that they're
I mean, maybe.
Oh, go ahead.
Maybe if you were just going to rebuy the Herbalist, then you just do what he did. But
yeah, I guess if you're going to rebuy the Herbalist, it's nice to leave a Hunting Lodge on top. Well, no, because he played the Ghost Ship and drew the Hunting Lodge anyway. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I do think Oshiimine was in need of another village because they just saw they were over-terminaled. and then they didn't pick one up.
That's true, yeah. So yeah, good top decking order there by Speedy John to the ghost ship.
Yeah. Good example of how the scrying pool is going to make the ghost ship attack hurt a lot less in the long term, I think. But the damage might have already been done.
Yeah. I mean, again, I just feel like looking at Oshiimine's turns versus Speedy John's, it's hard to see how Speedy John really gets back into this.
Speedy's actually trashed more coppers than Oshiimine has. It is confusing to me why Oshiimine's turns are going off more consistently. Speedy John's got the scrying pools, they're thinner. I feel like this might not hold. I mean, it might be too late. Oshiimine's already greening. But I expect Speedy John's deck to eventually start going off more consistently than Oshiimine's here in the next turn or two.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. So they're like what, 3-1 on copper trashing?
Yep.
Or well, it's not really 3-1. It's like 2-1 because Speedy John milled a copper that one time.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the trash copper into copper.
Wait, did Speedy John just take? I think he just took a poacher over a fisherman, which of course doesn't make a whole. Well, I guess it's a little better with Seer, but like he doesn't actually have any Seers in his deck yet, so.
Yeah, I guess Poacher could be better than Fisherman because piles aren't particularly low, so it's not going to have to discard anything. More reliably gets hit with Seer.
Yeah.
They're pretty similar. I don't think it's like a huge misplay or anything, even if it was maybe slightly suboptimal.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't think it's like a particularly impactful thing either way.
So Speedy John, I think gold might be better for Speedy John here because they've got the draw now. I think they need to start adding payload ASAP.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, and especially like the gold doesn't seem like as offensive if your draw is pool rather than Seer. He might have enough draw.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Seer when you've already got a bunch of scrying pools.
So you just top deck the two action card, or like the two actions that aren't pool here.
Yeah, like most of what Seer is doing, I think, in a scrying pool deck is just being another cantrip that scrying pool can find. But if you're going to use it for that, you might as well pick up like a fisherman or something.
Yeah. So this looks like a pretty terrible shuffle.
Yeah.
Top deck a copper.
I think Oshiimine's turns are going to start looking like this a lot. Their draw is largely like Seer, and a smaller and smaller portion of their deck is now cards within the Seer price range.
Yeah. I definitely do disagree with that top deck by Speedy John. I would have top decked the T-Mog and the Fisherman. But yeah. I mean, flipping the copper, it's not like a huge difference, but I think.
Yeah, so, I mean, I assume they're thinking that getting to discard the copper is a benefit. But if you think about it, Scrying Pool doesn't draw a fixed number of cards. It draws however many cards are action cards on top. And so if you just put two actions on top, Scrying Pool is going to draw you one extra card, and you basically have kept an extra copper in your hand. And, like, you don't like copper much, but you'd rather it be in your hand than in your discard.
Yes. We actually, I don't know, we actually got into this, like, big argument on the Discord about, basically, like, if you know the top card of your deck is, like, a copper or something, and you have, like, a cantrip and a pool, which one should you play first? And, that's... I don't think anybody really ended up getting persuaded one way or the other, but...
I haven't even thought about that scenario. I think this one's more clear. I think this one clearly, if you have a scrying pool, a copper, and two other actions, top taking two actions is just strictly better. That other scenario sounds more ambiguous to me.
I mean, I think it's basically the same logic, but yeah. That's... you had it a long time ago, too. Interesting. Before my time, I guess. Which order do you... which side of that debate are you on, Steph? I'm on the play the cantrips first side. And I'm very convinced that I'm right.
I need to think about this for a second. I don't know what side I'm on.
It depends on the deck. Oh, that's a cop-out stuff. I mean, it does. I mean,
it really might, though.
Trip is. Well, yeah, I mean, like, there's certain things, like, if your cantrip is, like, I don't know, something else that, like, depends on play order. Like, if it was, like, an Ironmonger or something, then, like, maybe... Or no, that would just push you farther in the direction of playing the cantrip. Or, like, something else that you don't want to play. And maybe... Usually you play the pool first. All right, I do not agree with that. Okay.
This is taking more thought than I'm willing to devote to the moment. I'll have an answer later. But for the moment, I'm focused on the game. I'm still not sure what my take on it is. I don't like how little money Speedy John has, though. I think they were very much in a position to come back like a turn or two ago when they got their deck under control faster, but they're still not adding payload. And so this is looking a lot worse all of a sudden.
Yeah, I definitely don't think oshiimine. I think oshiimine kind of had like a few lucky turns, and that like got me to thinking that their deck was like better than it is.
Yeah, like flash backwards, like maybe 2-3 turns. There was a point where Speedy John had the deck under control. oshiimine was still pretty far from it. If Speedy John sort of rectifies the difference in payload and starts drawing 12 coins every turn or so, they'll be hitting double province pretty fast. I think the problem is Speedy John just keeps adding draw, and their deck is still buying very little.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes in a Speedy John, I might even consider transmogrifying that potion. The ability to buy scrying pools is going to be less valuable than both getting a bad card out of your deck and adding one new one immediately. Maybe even this time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think 6 scrying pools should be plenty.
Yeah, like one more scrying pool helps, but having one less treasure card and one more action card also helps the other scrying pools you already have draw. So it's not like you need to get all the scrying pools for the scrying pool deck to work.
Yeah. Mm. If I'm going to transmogrify the potion, I'm not really sure what I want to transmogrify it into.
I'm also unsure. I'm not sure what Speedy John's terminal count looks like, and if they need like another hunting lodge or anything. Fisherman's a totally plausible choice just for the money.
I could see that, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Speedy John's like kind of has to green soon, but he also like kind of needs more payload. So,
as oshiimine, I think I would seriously consider just milling this province with my transmogrify because a province is coming in off the church for next turn. And I think it's probably oshiimine's benefit to just lower provinces.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the idea of milling provinces. I just don't know if you want to wait or... Because, like, maybe it's more threatening to just have the T-Mog sitting there on the mat.
I think this is still early enough that you can mill one province, and then you can draw that T-Mog and play it again in time for a second play if you need it in the end game. But I think... like, Speedy John's deck is eventually going to do a lot of stuff if they ever add payload. And so as oshiimine, I think you're very clearly going to win if you can make the game come to a close fast.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing this play, I definitely would want to mill this province. I really think Speedy John probably should have, like, horsed an Herbalist there or something. Like, just not having a full turn there. I don't Speedy John's chances look very good at this point.
Yeah, like sacrificing horsing anything really. Like there's not a card in this deck that I wouldn't send back to the pile to have a good chance of having a full turn. Your deck's strong enough now that one full turn will get you more than a card's worth of benefit compared to a dud.
Yeah, I mean, like there are definitely certain like situations where, like something where it's like sad to like lose a certain card. Like I remember like there was one time like let's say I want to buy a mint and I have a scepter that I don't want to trash. It's like I could hold the scepter, or I could like I could play it and like trash it, which like that feels bad. But if that scepter play is going to give me more than just one scepter, then yeah, I should do it.
One option to consider, I think, for Speedy John in that scenario was top deck your best cards, or I guess your one best card on the very top. And then just turn the potion into a hunting lodge and discard the whole hand. That'd be a good way to salvage that turn.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I definitely don't feel like keeping the potion was really doing much.
Yeah.
I mean, if he would have kept the hunting, or if he would have T-mogged into Hunting Lodge, you could have just like drawn with the Ghost Ship non-terminally, and then potentially had a turn like that too. Oh, so Speedy John or oshiimine is going to hold the T-mog, I guess. Okay.
The other reason to call T-mog when they did was because, I mean, I guess it's not that unlikely, but you're not guaranteed to have a province in hand every turn, and so you might miss out on the opportunity with like unfortunate starting hands. Yeah, I think Dan is right about the rating ceiling. It's somewhere in that balance. I think it might be like 0.5 normally and like 0.6 if you're a returning player, something like that. You can definitely find out in the Small Games Discord channel. I want to say everyone here is like sub 50 in terms of the numerical rating.
I think I looked it up, like these players' ratings. I think they're both like low 50s or something like that.
I can check real fast. All right, oshiimine is 47 and speedyjohn is 50.
Okay. That top decking.
Oh, I missed the top decking. What if they top decked?
Oh, top deck Golden Seer? Are we just going to horse this? I don't know. Have they used Way of the Horse at all?
Yes, they have. A few times.
Yeah.
Three times total.
Okay.
2 by Ashi and 1 by Speedy.
The horse. Well, yeah, I mean, 3 cards have been horsed this entire game. I don't know if that's a lot, but... Yeah, we think oshiimine is pretty clearly winning, Dan.
Yeah. And then match-wise, the game is 1-0 in Ashi's favor.
Yeah, 26 mine. What? I don't know what Steph is saying.
That's the VP count.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, VP counts obviously aren't like a super reliable way of telling who's winning, but here that lead should be pretty hard to come back from.
speedyjohn's deck, I think, just doesn't do quite enough. Like, even if he draws his deck, it's not enough to be buying like triple province or anything.
Yeah, I mean, he still doesn't have a whole lot of money. That's really the main problem.
Yeah, I don't even think Speedy can double, which is real bad.
Wait, we're not taking... Is that Herbalist really better than a Fisherman?
I would think not. They don't even have enough terminal or enough villages to play them all.
Yeah. Also, I don't agree with top decking that gold.
Did they have anything in their discard that are preventing them from buying the Fisherman? I don't even remember.
Well, no, they drew their deck, so if they would have bought it first, they would have.
Yeah, then Fisherman seems clearly better.
Yeah, Steph's saying that I guess in like these lower rated games, VP count is maybe a better indicator of who's ahead, which I think makes some sense.
That's probably true. The deck's going to be more money-ish, and money decks aren't the type that comes from a massive points deficit to win in the end.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could... Wait, Hunting Grounds?
Hunting Lodge, I assume?
Yeah. I will say, though, like, at the same time, it's like... You could potentially make the argument that, like, VP count might actually also be a good indicator in higher level play, because you're not going to have... It's not going to be as common for one player to be, like, way outbuilding the other, but... Also, like, if both players are building big, then, like, you might have a situation where someone, like, scores a ton, but then, like, they're only ahead because, like, it was most recently their turn or whatever.
Yeah, I think VP count is often misleading in high-level play, because sometimes you feel the pressure to green early because you're behind, and then the short-term points lead is more of an indication that you're losing than that you're winning.
Yeah, I can see that. Mostly. Yeah, I mean... If one player is building big and the other one isn't, then yeah, it's not really indicative. Like the player that doesn't build is just going to be ahead no matter what in VP, and maybe they're ahead, maybe they're behind.
Yeah. I have noticed that if I play like low level players, I'm probably in the lead in VP count, like mid game, in like less than 1 in 10 games. I feel like players in the 40s just tend to green very early, most of the time, and so
Okay.
the VP count I think is just often misleading in a lot of contexts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play like a ton of like super low rated players, but like, yeah, like the games that I do play, I feel like I'm ahead in VP count, like certainly more than like 1 in 10. Because like there are definitely some games where like my opponent and I play like pretty similar decks, but I kind of just like get there faster. Like I feel like that happens pretty often too.
Yeah, I think Oshiimine's got this in the bag. One more province kind of steals the deal.
Yeah, I mean, like even 3 provinces doesn't win for Speedy John, and like his deck is in no.
Oh, are you cutting out? You there? I hope I'm not the only one who can no longer hear Nasmith. Rip. Yeah, Oshiimine's also still got the Transmogrify on the mat, so like next turn they'll likely be able to end it if they find a province in their starting hand. I'm not the only one who can't hear N.A. Smith anymore, right? It sounds like he's experiencing technical difficulties. I don't think it's on my end. Okay, cool. Yeah, Speedy John's finally drawn their deck, and they finally have some money, but I think it's just too little too late. Might have been the early Ghost chip, that did set them back a bit, but I think they had the opportunity to add some more payload, maybe a little bit fewer scrying pools and some more money, and they could have gotten up in time to beat Oshiimine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Speedy John did play it a bit inefficiently. Yeah, my sorry about that. My computer died there for a sec.
Okay, so Oshiimine is now going to be 2-0 going into game 3, and I believe first to 2.5 wins. So Oshiimine will be in the position to close this one out.
Yep. Yeah, not top decking the province does seem like a mistake given how valuable milling could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the kind of situation where you just like keep the province because you probably can't win without it. But I mean, at this point, it's over anyway.
Yeah, I was thinking as Oshiimine, you could keep the province and mill it. You could also like even turn the ghost ship into a hunting lodge and still have a turn. I feel like this is not the best play, but it should be enough anyway. Because what Speedy Gen need? They need both provinces and 3 duchies, or like 2 duchies.
Yeah,
and 2 states. That's a tough order for their deck.
For sure. Top decks the province again.
Yeah, I think Oshiimine is missing out on this Transmogrify to reduce the province pile interaction.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a big.
In fact,
big part of T-Mog.
Yeah, even if I weren't gonna even if I did overlook the Transmogrify province in a province, I would keep the province in hand and then put the seer on the very farthest down, and then just hunting lodge the province away.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I almost wonder, like, if Oshiimine's turn doesn't accomplish anything, like, is there any way?
Let's see how much Speedy John has in money. 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is not enough to do a whole lot of anything. They just never really added enough money to be threatening to do much.
Yeah, if they would have added more. Wait, why are we setting? So he sets Duchies aside over setting like Pool and Seer or something.
Yeah, you put the scrying pool and the seer on your church mat, you're guaranteed to have a nice turn.
Yeah, I mean, there's some argument. Like, I guess the argument would be like, oh, I want to have my actions in deck to draw with Pool, but I mean, surely this. Like, I feel like that argument would persuade me to not set the Herbalist aside, but I would definitely set aside the Pool and Seer.
Yeah, 100%. If Speedy John had like 18, 19 money or so, they might have enough to buy like triple duchy this turn, threaten double province next turn. But now they need like 2 full duds from oshiimine, which is just really unlikely to happen.
Yeah. I mean, also like this Speedy John is still top decking gold, which has got to be a mistake. Like when you're drawing your deck, it's like you just want to optimize your chances to draw your deck, and top decking a gold actively works against that. So.
Yeah, I think these have been some suboptimal top decks for the Ghost Ship. Oh, what do you do there? I don't like that at all. If you were going to pitch the whole hand, you might as well put it all in the church. I'm not sure you needed to, but...
yeah, pitching that hand did not seem good. I mean, he already had Province, and like...
Yeah.
Is a Province half VP yet, or...
It's getting real close. There's a little extra points from Labyrinth, but...
Province Duchy's got it. That's... Wait, what?
Or Province Double Herbalist? Seems a little worse, but...
I mean, I think Province Duchy was literally half VP, right? 37. Yeah, Province Duchy was literally half VP.
Yeah, like I agree Herbalist is better than nothing. I don't think Herbalist is better than Duchy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that pitching, I think, is the reason why oshiimine's next turn looks kind of awful. I mean, granted, they have a Province in hand and Transmog down, so if they now notice the Transmog interaction, they can win anyway.
Yes.
But like, even if they wanted to pitch, setting aside with Church would have avoided this. God dang it, Steph is right. Every time. Why do they keep top decking it? Yeah, that's true.
So this is yeah, I don't know the... Well, yeah, I was just like, I'm thinking about like, if you want to do some fancy stuff, you could like try to discard a Pool with Poacher and then like maybe play a Seer or something to seat it on top.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it doesn't matter at this point, of course. But
yeah, I mean, like setting aside 3 scrying pools with Church should be more than enough. But you could also do some fancier stuff there to get like a hand of 4 scrying pools on top. I mean, the problem with Speedy John's deck is not that they're drawing; it's they're drawing 2, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like if they got just like a few more golds or something in their deck, even a Salvager could be pretty good for them in the end game. Salvage some Seers in the late stages for some short term money. That's a good question, Johns. And the answer is I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now that's just half VP. Yeah.
It's also one $2 buy away from ending on piles.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Just sure. That's totally reasonable. I don't think there was any way for oshiimine to win that, even theoretically.
It's not the one named Speedy John who's been rushing provinces. Speedy John actually keeps trying to build bigger. And I think both times Speedy John had, in theory, the better idea for the deck. Like, building on both of these should work better. But I think they're just kind of underperforming in the execution.
Yeah, I agree with that. It seems like oshiimine is like playing decks that are like kind of suboptimal, but then like Speedy John is trying to is kind of seeing more of the better strategy, but like kind of executing it in a way that makes it worse than the less than ideal strategy.
Yeah, exactly what RTT said.
Mm-hmm.
What do we open here? Sacrifice star chart, Necromancer star chart. I think I like one of those.
Could be, yeah. I mean, if I'm going to open Star Chart, it's going to be with Necromancer. It's either Necromancer Star Chart or Sacrifice Silver, I would think.
Yeah, I think I like the. You still don't quite trigger a shuffle with the Necromancer star chart. I would love it if you could top deck the Necromancer for turn 4 as well.
Well, I mean, if you played it as Zombie Spy, you could, but I mean,
then you're kind of losing the benefit of it.
Yeah, it's. I
don't know. Maybe there's some world where you like have a hand of Necromancer and 4 coppers, and you buy Flag Bear just for the purpose of getting to play your Necromancer again turn 4.
I
think I'd be willing to buy Flag Bear for that.
I mean, also, like, if you're the only one with Necromancer, then, like, Flag is, like, starting the Flag War is kind of attractive because you have the option of Zombie Apprenticing it before they do.
Yeah.
I mean, this does look like a pretty money-ish kind of board.
What do you mean Cartographer? You got Navigator for that.
I mean, I think you probably... Yeah, I mean, I think Cartographer and, like, Vassal. Yeah.
I don't think this is super money-ish. You got +5 with Market, and you got a bunch of cantrip payload with Vassal and Mystic.
Yeah. I mean, the main issue is that, like, the thinning is still pretty weak. But, I mean, I guess Necromancer Cartographer. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think I agree with... I'm on board with, like, doing some building here.
Do you get a Tormentor and try to get an Imp? Is that important enough?
Nah, I don't think I would bother with the Tormentor. I mean, terminal space is pretty limited.
Yeah.
I mean, Imps are fine, but they're not, like, amazing, I don't think. Or they're not, like, super important.
Yeah, I guess just have fewer than 5 stop cards, and if you happen to have more, you can discard them with Cartographer anyway. That's probably enough to draw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're really getting thin, like super thin, so much as we are just like pitching all our junk with lots of Cartographers. I would be taking Cartographers by now.
Yeah, this is an uncharacteristically good kingdom for Cartographer, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. There's also like kind of like with a lot of Flag Bearer boards, it's like it kind of encourages you to build more because like the more money-ish player is going to be have a harder time contesting it.
Yeah.
Than you are, especially when you just get to like Zombie Apprentice it or Zombie Mason it, which like definitely feels really good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hate to just have to continuously add more flags to my deck if I'm playing money. That'd be real gross.
Yeah, definitely.
So what are their decks looking like? I like the Sacrifice Star Chart opening. Sacrifice Silver seems fine too. Oshiimine gets a turn 3 Tormentor. I think that's fine. I mean, if you're getting it turn 3 or turn 4, it's probably the latest you can get it.
I think I might even open like Sacrifice Vassal or something. Like I kind of just don't like opening Star Chart if I don't get to trigger a shot. Like if I don't care about seeing the card turn 3 versus turn 4. And like the double terminal isn't like nearly as bad with Way of the Frog.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Vassal's Vassal's the card you're gonna want in your deck a lot more than Silver as the game progresses.
Right.
Yeah, I could see Vassal being better than Silver for sure.
I mean, yeah, I ideally I wouldn't want any Silvers in my deck. It looks like they've taken a few. But okay, yeah. So I guess Speedy John is just playing money now. I mean, certainly if you're buying a gold, that indicates not really building so much.
Yeah, I don't particularly like buying gold in this kingdom.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I mean, I think like Mystic and Vassal are just better sources of money and markets.
Yep.
Why did Oshiimine discard the Mystic?
Yeah, in this kingdom, insofar as this is a kingdom, and that is good advice for almost all kingdoms.
Yeah, newer players are definitely known for buying gold too much.
Yeah. Do you keep around the Tormentor? I consider you could play the Tormentor here. You could just sacrifice it. This play looks fine, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not really. I don't have a strong opinion about what you do there. I would probably just take 2 vassals here, but we do need to start getting cartographers.
I was just thinking 1 cartographer. A lot of vassals is going to be real obnoxious if you don't have a cartographer yet. I mean, you can kind of line them up with necromancer, I guess, with zombie spy. But I don't think I want a bunch of vassals prior to at least 1 or 2 cartographers.
Yeah, makes sense. Golds and provinces first. At this rate, I think that's probably where this is going, Steph.
It is regrettable to me that sounds like a true statement.
It's pretty weak. Yeah. Yeah, it does seem like something you have to commit to early if it's going to work.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of similar to game 1 in that the more engine-y thing and the more money-ish thing just don't mix very well. Because the cartographer deck is not going to want silvers and golds in it. So if you're getting a few silvers and golds, you're proactively hindering your long-term engine viability. And so now they're kind of locked in for more money-ish things.
Yeah, I think if I'm playing the cartographer deck, I think I'm going to do my best to take 0 silvers. I'm going to do my best to take 0 silvers, and I'm definitely going to take 0 golds.
I agree with that. I could definitely see scenarios where you buy silver 2 in the opening. It helps you hit 5. Gold, I think, should not see play here.
Yeah. All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Alrighty.
I'll be back in a minute.
So where do these decks stand? Oshimine's got a slight points lead with the extra province. Who's thinner? Let's see. Oh, was my client frozen? Undo, it's taking a second. So, Speedy John has trashed 6 of their starting cards. It might just be my computer. I'm not going to say I have the highest end computer. Okay, here we go. Now it's working again. So they both trashed 6, so they're kind of equally thin. But Oshimine's got that points lead, and given that these decks don't seem particularly disparate in quality, equal decks, one person has more provinces, I'm going to say Oshimine's probably in the lead here. Oshimine's also got just more victory points from trashing their estates with sacrifice. I guess the multiple necromancers isn't so bad. That's a lot of necromancers, but how many of these necromancers are you wanting to use in a given turn? I guess the zombie spy plus vassal interaction is not bad because you can use necromancer for both of those. But there's not enough in the trash that I super want a bunch of necromancers. I don't think Speedy John's out of contention yet, though. They're 1 province behind, but 1 good hex here, could be enough to tie it up. Oh, this is a good turn, too. Yeah, that's a nice hex. Poverty hurts a lot when you have no real draw to speak of. Alright, we gotta be a nice even game.
Alright, I'm back. Okay, what Yeah, what has been going on?
Speedy John's turn. They're about to equalize the points lead. I think you just buy Duchy here. I could see taking the flag. Might be awkward to contest that as your opponent, but Cartographer's not bad either. I think it's late enough in the game that I might just want the Duchy, though.
I think just like looking at that, I probably would take flag there. It tends to be pretty like first flag can be better late, I think, than it is early.
It's definitely something that gets awkward to contest if you don't have much plus buy. Because Speedy John's buying that a turn when they have plus buy, and then their opponent, if they want to buy it, is going to have to forego buying a duchy or a province or something for like that. Or they're just going to buy gold, which I don't know about buying gold at this stage. Or
yeah,
really,
I think like flag or duchy is probably better. There's a lot of necromancers going.
Yeah, I think more than is justified given what's in the trash.
Yeah. Can play it as vassal, which is kind of nice, but it does seem not that exciting. Like if you're just playing it as zombie spy, it's just
Yeah.
Oh wow, Speedy John's pretty thin now, huh? Yeah.
This Cartographer might pay off. This is a good hand to see it in.
Yeah, it does look nice seeing this hand. I think from what I can tell, it looks like Speedy John has the better deck.
Oh, I really dislike playing Market first.
I don't think that order is that bad, given that you have the star chart, right?
I guess that's true. Their opponent did just discard their whole deck, so I guess you can guarantee you draw something.
Yeah. I think Speedy John's position's looking pretty good right now. Yeah, because you just take Province Duchy here for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's probably a decent bit of RNG left. One good hex here could seal the deal for either of them. It's starting to be the point where Miserable's a real strong thing to get.
So do you just play Tormentor and then buy Province here as oshiimine?
It probably depends on what hex I see, but I'm definitely thinking about that.
Yeah.
Because, let's see, we haven't seen Miserable yet. I'd be a little worried that if I just bought Province, my opponent might have Tormentor or Market or something in hand, and might get a stronger hex, or just buy Province Estate. But if I play Tormentor and see Miserable, I'm buying that Province for sure.
Oh yeah, with that, with Plague, I'm definitely.
Yeah, I think that's probably good enough. So
if we.
Speedy John's got a 1 in 5 chance to get. Oh well, it doesn't matter anyway now because they don't have 8. I was gonna say they had a 1 in 5 chance to roll Miserable and they would win.
Yeah. So just Duchy here for
sure.
Okay, now oshiimine actually with the greed actually has a guaranteed wish, which is probably something you want to do.
Yeah.
Or I just play the Mystic.
Definitely play Mystic first. And wish for copper. How likely are they to hit 8 here? They've got 6 already from Mystic, 2 Copper's Vassal. I think they have a good chance of hitting 8.
Yep, this hits 8.
Yep,
we just played as Vassal, yeah. It's really it feels like even though we have wanted them to build more than they did, it also seems like the winner has been that's 3 actually.
Yeah, I think that's 3-0 for Ashi, right? Yep, we got a champion. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I didn't expect the king of the small games tournament to necessarily be the one who outbuilt the most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess what I would encourage, if the players watch this or just any other newer players, don't get discouraged about losing when you try to build more, because a lot of times in pretty much all of those games building more was correct and you just have to kind of figure out how to do it efficiently. So yeah, just keep losing with the engine, and eventually if you do it enough you'll stop losing.
Yeah, I agree with that. It makes sense if you're in finals of a tournament and you already know you're not yet confident in your abilities. I'm going to play the best deck for me in this situation. But if you're trying to get better, you're playing a game with nothing on the line, I would definitely encourage building more in any of those kingdoms if I saw them in a random match.
Yeah, you can use just ladder games or whatever to kind of do some experimenting.
Yeah. Well, it was good commentating with you. I'll get this up on YouTube.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for listening, everyone, and bye.
See y'all around.